Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. On January 13th, we celebrate the baptism of the Lord. This brings to an end our season of Christmas, and it's good for us to stop for a moment and consider what all we have celebrated since the Feast of the Incarnation. After Christmas, we celebrate the Feast of Mary, the Mother of God. We celebrate the Feast of the Holy Family. We celebrate the Epiphany, and today we come to the baptism of Jesus. All of these celebrations are meant to help us understand the revelation of this God who took on our human form. Who is this person, Jesus? And it culminates, in a sense, with the final words of today's gospel, where God the Father speaks, "This is my beloved Son." The baptism event is where Jesus goes to the Jordan River, where his cousin John is baptizing. I'm struck by how many times Jesus intentionally goes down in order to accomplish something. In fact, the word Jordan means to go down, so the Jordan River flows downward. Jesus came down from heaven, if you will, to take on our human form at the Incarnation. In his life, after the Transfiguration, the disciples wanted to stay on top of the mountain. Jesus said, "No, we must go down." The night of the Last Supper, Jesus went down on his knees and washed the feet of his disciples. On Good Friday, Jesus carried the cross and he fell down 3 times. After he died, it's noted that they took him down from the cross. And then our article of faith says, what happened when Jesus was in the tomb? He went down as far as you can go to the gates of hell in order to knock open those doors and bring everyone back. So we have a God who intentionally humbles himself, stoops down, not just into our humanity, into our sin, into our dying, into our death, even into hell to find us and bring us back. That's the person of Jesus Christ. That's why he came to us. So we celebrate that. We have a God who stoops to conquer, if you will. I'm also struck, the Jordan River, I visited it a few times, and in fact, next week I get to be there with 40 pilgrims. The Jordan River is a muddy river, and I think about the mud being in the Bible an important thing. First of all, God, in Genesis chapter 2, creates human beings out of mud, and then he breathes into that mud and brings about life. So we are mud who, by the breath of God, become human creatures in the image and likeness of God. After Noah's Ark, all of the sin of humanity necessitated God doing a new creation. And so after 40 days and 40 nights of rain, all of the mud in which the ark settled, full of the sin of humanity, if you will. And even Moses and the Israelites going through the Red Sea, leaving Pharaoh and his army in the mud of the Red Sea. So mud is symbolic of something sinful, broken, in need of God's breath, in need of God's coming to recreate it. So Jesus willingly stoops into the muddy river, into our sinfulness and our brokenness, and he comes out, and then he's bathed with the voice of his Father. "This is my beloved Son." Let us listen to him.